I dream of a time when brilliant entrepreneurs have better access to funding and are not forced to sell, and whose companies can land in the top 20 companies in the country. I see a future where the best global entrepreneurs are Filipinos who possess the 5H. I look forward to the day when top global companies are from the Philippines. Companies that have a vision for the nation, are doing what is right not only for the business but for the country and all its consumers, and are embracing competition to provide better products and services. Success in business is not just for a privileged few. As millennials would say, sana all. Comparing the Fortune 500 companies between 1955 and 2019, there are only 52 companies that appear in both lists since it started. Where did the 448 companies go? The fact that nearly 9 out of every 10 Fortune 500 companies in 1955 are gone or merged shows that there has been a lot of market disruption and churning over the last 6 decades. It's not surprising that the tech sector is the key catalyst for this change in the world. But can be the same said of the Philippines? What were the top companies 20 years ago and the top 20 today? What new companies are emerging in our country? Today, the world is moving so fast, and yet Filipinos can't even venture big time in the tech space. There are a lot of tech-savvy Filipinos who have brains and ideas, but they lack capital and the stomach just to do it. It's hard, especially if one lacks access to capital markets, banks, loans, and other debt instruments. It entails hundreds of millions, and there are only a handful of VCs here to see. All financial institutions, at least on the creditor side, want collateral, and it takes a lot of effort and size to issue notes, bonds, etc. if you're not a big conglomerate. But the future is around the tech space. That's why even though the telco project is so challenging, we are deeply inspired by it. The biggest hurdle is the access to capital. You might have the best ideas, brilliant, but if you don't have access to capital up to a certain level, then you won't be able to grow the business. Access to capital means capital from investors, creditors, etc. Not to the fault for creditors. The system has been that way for the longest time. If there's no collateral, then you won't be able to borrow, and it's a chicken or egg thing. So I hope that our capital coming from the bigs or from fellow business people or investors will be more mas matapang ng capital para they can face more risk and invest in the young entrepreneurs with good ideas to scale up the business.
So Dennis, does this mean that you would be also willing to put up your own capital to help these young entrepreneurs?
That was my question. Thank you, Kim. That was
When I retire in the next
maybe
years.
after this talk.
No, not kidding. This is one of my vision or mission. Maybe in the next decade, we get the next decade that we'll get more funding, and not only from our investors, but friends or business people that we can invest also in fellow entrepreneurs that needs to scale up their business. I would be happy to listen and give my time to the pitches of entrepreneurs.